And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Bronze Dragon here, bringing you the Saturday morning stand-up, where we discuss all things Hive, really. Splinterlands mostly. This week we're going to talk a lot about WOO. Oh yeah, brother! Had to get that in there. A big promotion that was mentioned by Matt day before last, I guess, or yesterday. Either way, I jumped on it because it sounded interesting to me. So we're going to discuss that. We also have some giveaways towards the end of the show. So hang in there. We're going to, hey, Paul Taylor's in the house. Welcome, Paul. Thanks for dropping by. Of course, we can discuss the happenings in Splinterlands this week. We did have a town hall. I believe there was a lot of good information in the town hall, and I don't think there was anything incredibly exciting. We can discuss some of the different points that he brought out, depending upon what everybody wants to talk about. But it's basically a good sounding set of, hey, the team's working to improve the game. That's basically what I pulled from it. And there was a bunch of points which on their own are not extremely, sparkly and exciting, but it goes in the direction of, hey, we're working on improving the game. So we can discuss that as well. Have still been putting out coverage on Atlas Earth, and I've been playing that. So last night I jumped into, or yesterday I jumped into WOO to take advantage of the promotion that they're doing with Splinterlands, which I found kind of interesting because there was another promotion. There's been a few promotions over the last year, and there was another promotion that was brought up and actually went through a vote, which was Immortal Creed, but the WOO thing didn't even go through a vote. So that had me led me to believe or wonder why the Immortal Creed thing even had to go up for a vote. Maybe they could have just saved that money. But either way, this is going through, and it sounds like Matt and Aggie have worked with this team in the past. I've had my eye on it, and I've looked at it a few times over the last couple years as they've been developing it, but I've just never jumped in. Now, obviously, I'm learning now that I've missed out on a great portion of their airdrops and things like that that have been happening since the beginning of the year. But with that said, we have this promotion before us, and if you buy your Booker's license, which is $10 in SPS or DEC, they'll burn it all. So that's a benefit for DEC or SPS. So Alex B says, "Cause voting means nothing, just a poll for the team." Well, it just depends upon, technically the vote should have something to do with SPS and the DAO, right? Obviously, some of these votes that come up are related to actual game changes that have nothing to do with SPS. And you're right, that is just a poll to see, for the team to see, kind of like that one that Matt put out a few weeks ago, right? So either way, we got this before us, and I had jumped in, and as you can see, my ranking is not the greatest because this game is deceptively deep. In other words, there's a lot to it that you may not see right off the bat. So, like I said, towards the end of the show, we do have some packs to give away, courtesy of the guy who runs WOO. Let me see, and I am forgetting his name right off the bat, so I have to look it up. We have Bookerman. Bookerman is the man in charge, I guess. So we have some packs and some land packs and some reward packs, Alpha, Saturn, and rewards packs to give away, and we will do that. And we can discuss what everybody wants to talk about. So we can go back. Matt has been very busy on the town hall thread on Discord answering questions. So we can take a look at that. Let's see here. Just trying to find the thread. But he had a lot of things to talk about this week as far as what's going on in the game. I feel that they're feeling the weight of the consequences of what's been happening lately, but I think they're trying to make the best of it. We can go over to look at. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. The amount of actual matches has come down since the big changes. Alex B says, I want to buy a Waka card for $80 if any sellers. That would be nice. I don't even know what Waka is going for right now. Just have to look it up. What Splinter is Waka? Is he neutral? Or is he death? I don't even know. Oh, okay, there he is. $262.50 is the current going rate. 3,500 wild permits sold. Yeah, I was kind of looking over in that direction. I haven't really covered the numbers. A number of the other guys have been covering those. KGM's in the house. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, so $262 on that. I have been keeping my eye on a few other of the cards that I'm looking to pick up as well. I haven't really made any moves this week since last weekend, and I bought that gold foil max level Salty Bear. I'm trying to find, I can never find this. Explore dashboard. This is where we wanted to go, or where I wanted to go. Yeah, taking a look at this, it looks like it's kind of moderated out. We've got wild 40 to 38 to 40,000 matches each day. So it looks like that's where it's kind of sitting right now. Modern is 18 to 23,000 somewhere, so it looks like it's moderated out a little bit. International Travel Channel's in the house. Guten Tag. Thanks for dropping by. And Alex B says, so like 3,000 actually people play Splinterlands? I don't know. I try not to guess at the numbers. I just report on what this shows me. We've been in that quote unquote fight against bots for so long that I'm just looking at the numbers. And it is interesting because sometimes the amount of transactions can spike because account consolidations. Like, for instance, I log into my second or third account and I'm sending things over to my primary account. That shows as a transaction, but it's not really me playing. Whereas if you actually look at the number of battles, theoretically, if you're looking at modern, all those should be real people, right? Well, as we know, and as it has been a talking point lately, that's not absolutely true, and that's why they brought on somebody to try and combat that. So that was one of the talking points in the town hall this week. It looks like they're going to try and get a stronger stance towards people breaking the rules in modern, which I'm all for. They've made that decision long ago. I abided by that. As you know, I play, currently I play with Archmage. I'm really thinking about going, turning it off and going back to playing manual while I can, while my Chaos Legion cards are still in modern. As we know, that's a whole nother subject. I think a lot of us are in this situation, not to get off the, branch off the talking point here. But I think there's a large group of people playing Splinterlands that their primary amount of cards are Chaos Legion. And when those roll out of modern, we will see a huge change in the game once again, in my guess, because at that point, people will face the the choice. Okay, so if you're playing in Modern now and most of your deck is Chaos Legion, when it rolls out, however long that may be, when it rolls out of Modern, you face the choice. Do I start renting whatever the newer cards are? Do I put a $2,000 or $3,000 into new cards? You know, what do I do? Or do I just go pay the fee and start playing in Wild? So it's an interesting evolution of the game. I don't know if I necessarily agree with 100% of it, but it is what it is, and that's the way it's heading, you know. So my financial journey says probably less than that. With 20,000 matches in Modern, 3,000 players is 6 to 7 matches per day. Think about this. We all get 24 energy in a day. 20,000 battles is 1,000 players consuming their energy. Yeah. Like I said, I think if you're manually playing, you're going to probably be using, if you're going to the I don't want to say trouble, but if you've chosen to use your time during your day to play your battles, you're probably going to use most of your energy up, right? And if you're one of those people that has a strong enough deck and is a good enough player to actually hit that leaderboard, you may be playing more than 24 battles because you may be buying and expending energy, whether you get it from chests or just outright buying it, to go ahead and get yourself up higher on the leaderboard, right? So, and Wrestling Organization Online is in the house. Welcome. Like I said, here a little bit later, we are going to discuss WOO. We can roll over to that as well. Anybody has some comments or questions? I have been playing it last day or so, and I have some things I like about it, some things I don't necessarily like. I will agree, it kind of sucked me in because I'm having fun with some parts of it. And we're going to be doing the giveaways. We have specifically, they gave me a number of packs to give away. And what I did was I divided it into 6 sets of packs that I will be giving away. Okay. Each set of packs I'll give away will have 2 WOO Alpha packs, 1 WOO Saturn pack, and 1 WOO Rewards pack. I thought that was a good division of cards, and that will give 6 people a good start, right? The Alpha pack has generally, Wrestling Organization Online can elaborate more on this, is your general 5-card pack and has a number of different things it could be. I think I had the page open. Okay, so here we go. Here's the breakdown. The WOO Alpha pack is the first pack series containing 5 NFTs of our 24 original wrestler NFTs, with the possibility of getting a gold belt NFT, which is like a gold foil. The Saturn pack is the land pack, I believe. WOO Saturn is our first airdrop reward pack with our first licensed wrestling NFT. Each WOO Saturn pack contains 1 NFT, possibly either Perry Saturn or one of the 24. So it will also have wrestlers in it, and rewards. Will have 1 reward card in it. Tell me if I'm wrong, WOO. But I'm confusing this because I was also looking at the land cards, and I don't have any of those to give away. I have a lot of land or WOO tabs open right here, but they also sell, they also deal with land. And the whole idea here is that you have, let's go ahead and look at the cities. You have different cities that you can own and travel to take your wrestling show to. That's the idea behind them. And you can build them up as well as build out your collection of your actual wrestlers. So we can talk about that for after a while. Let's see. Let's go back to chat. Alex B says 15 million Chaos packs was nuts. Yeah, I agree. I mean, but, you know, everything's in hindsight. I don't want to sound like I'm just straddling the fence. I agree. It was a big mistake. But in hindsight, when they were developing that, we were in the bull run and things were going bonkers, right? And there was a big buildup, and we all remember back. I mean, if you weren't there, there was this huge buildup and this huge pre-sale of Chaos Legion. And when it first hit, I can remember paying $25 for a card that's like 50 cents now. So I don't prefer to think back on that. And yes, there is a lot of card packs. In fact, some people have been bringing up the idea of, should we allow the burning of Chaos card packs for various other things, you know, have that as an option. So that's an idea as well. International Travel Channel says, what is your take on the voucher discussion? You know, you want to know what my take is? I think that we don't need vouchers. When they first came out, my official opinion was, what, another token? We're doing good enough to keep SPS and DEC afloat, and they throw another token in. My opinion is they threw vouchers out there. They came in when people started buying the nodes, right? Because to me, that was part of what people getting the nodes were getting out of the investment, right? But I think, my opinion is we could do without vouchers. Obviously, there would have to be some kind of figure out some way to get rid of them, but I think we would do better if we just went back to DEC and SPS, right? I think supporting 3 tokens is too much for the amount of people we have, and it just leads, you know, like was discussed briefly in the town hall. I think from the team's point of view, when they're designing stuff, they always have to think about, well, what about vouchers, right? And if they didn't have that, there would be a lot more focus on DEC and SPS and things they could do for that, versus always having to worry about vouchers. But then you ask yourself, well, we've got all these people that spend a lot of money on these nodes, okay, which he went into and he talked about as well. He said he has 2 or 3 really good developers working on getting those up and running, which I'm sure the people that own them are glad, you know. And I do agree with the overall picture and view of the direction the game wants to go, you know, and have to, you know, be sufficient with their own nodes, right? You know, to keep the game going and everything off the blockchain. So then you got to ask yourself, well, if we're going to take away vouchers, what are we going to give those people, right? So it's a whole conversation, but my general opinion is we could do without vouchers. Obviously, there would have to be some drawdown kind of mechanic where we got rid of them, or, you know, I'm not saying I've looked at that, but my general opinion is when they first came out, I thought that why are we getting another token in this infrastructure? It's just going to be ultimately harder to support. So that's my opinion. But with that said, there's still, if you're playing in Wild, there's still the choice to use as far as using to pay for the Wild Pass, as far as I know, unless the prices have changed radically lately. Let's look at the prices this morning. Sorry, I'm running out of breath, talking too much. Let's see here. So vouchers, you know, kind of peaked yesterday, but they're on the down. SPS has kind of been holding its own around 0.008, but DC has climbed a little bit. But once again, I've picked up a little bit of DEC and a little bit of SPS in the last 2 weeks. Not a huge amount, but a little bit to help out my cause playing in Wild. I'm up to, I was interested to find that I did cross over into Champ 3, but then I got knocked back down. But I'm at a 5 glint boost, and if anybody's wondering, the last win brought me 290 glint and just about 2 SPS. Now, when I went up into Champ, I was up around 2.5 SPS. So, but I didn't stay too long. I frankly, I don't have a champion level deck, so I didn't expect to stay up there for too long. Okay, let's catch up with chat. Let me take a drink here. KGM says, I spread the games out through the day and play on my phones a lot. I do some things on my phone, but frankly, even though I have the larger size phone, I prefer to play games on my PC when I get home. I don't have a lot of time during the day when I'm working at work to actually stop and play stuff. So I do things basically, claiming things and basic mechanics of games on my phone once in a while. But actually playing games, I prefer to wait home and do it on my. If it's an iOS game, I use iOS on my iPad or a PC, like Splinterlands. And there's really no way I could play Splinterlands on my phone. I mean, it's my opinion. I understand why they're working on the mobile experience because you need a completely different team to work on a mobile app. Well, let me restate that. I understand why they're working on the mobile in-browser experience versus a mobile app. I would agree that this game would be much better off and have a better future with a mobile app, but that's a completely different set of development team, which they don't have. So I understand why they're working on the in-browser, but I cannot sit there and play Splinterlands on my phone in the browser. So I can use it to check various things and if I need to transfer or whatever, but as far as playing, I need more real estate to check my cards and everything. Joffrey Jones is in the house. Welcome, Joffrey. I'm not playing anymore. Put a new player in my shoes. I have 200 opened Chaos Legion packs and very high level Soulbound and Gladiators, and Modern kills me, and I don't make enough to justify paying for Wild. Valid point. Valid point. I'm still trying to figure out whether it's going to be worth it. I'm pretty sure that after this season, maybe one more season, I'm not going to have my secondary playing in Wild. I may just keep it active and play guild brawls. In fact, I have to do my brawls today because they just became available. But I know I'm definitely not making enough money on my second account to justify keeping it going with the fee because I have a low staking point of SPS on that account, but that's fine. I'm working on my primary account, and even my primary account since the change is 506. I was trying to work for a 10x a times 10 boost, and then I got sabotaged by that big change. But that's the way it is. So. Joffrey continues by saying, so attracting new players, Matt is not doing a good job. League locks ruin Modern. Well, you're not alone in thinking that, Joffrey. A lot of people are kind of thinking the same way as you, and the team is dealing with the fallout from that. But I was talking to somebody else in one of my replies in one of my videos earlier. I'm like, I'm trying to lean towards being hopeful for positive outcomes for the changes they have in the works. So, and this last town hall, like I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record. While nothing flashy was announced or anything like that, it did sound like a good, solid working session in that, like if, you hear what people are doing in the background. And it does sound like they're trying to improve the game. So, my financial journey says, so if people are using more than 24 energy, we have even less players. That can't be a good thing, no matter how you slice it. It's true, but the way I figure it, the only people that are going to spend extra money for energy are the people that are competing for the top spots on the leaderboard. Okay, I may be wrong. And with chests, you also have a fair amount of people that get extra energy. So I have, my last batch of chests early in the week, I got some, I don't know, like 10 extra energy or something like that. And I burned through those. So you can see that some average players who usually would only do 20 or 24 matches in a day, I do 24 because that's what I have my Archmage bot set at. I had to set it at ×2 for a while to blow through that extra energy, right? So you've also had that. So I would say that you have to figure on people using more than 24 energy in a day now that we have that extra energy coming in through chests. Alex B says, go back to DEC for wins, not locked reward cards, and people will come back. Valid point. Adi's World's in the house. Hello there. Welcome. Alex B says, give us reward chests, reward cards that are not locked. Wrestling Organization Online, gold belts are insanely rare. So would you say that the gold belt cards are rarer than like a gold foil card in Splinterlands? That's what I'm wondering. You know, I was playing around and I did go to the marketplace in WOO yesterday to try to boost a couple of my characters to level 2 to try to get some better wins. You can see here's an example of a gold foil common Titan. You can see the gold belt there. Let's see what they're going for. Yeah, I would say so. That's a gold foil, a gold belt common, and the cheapest one is $39, but they quickly go up to $100, and that's just a common. So I can see what your point is there. Let's see if there's any other gold foils or gold. I don't see any other gold belts. I would say they're insanely rare. Let's see here. KGMJM says, do you have an affiliate link for WOO? No, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like WOO has affiliate links. I asked in the chat. I did not get any answer, and I have not been able to find any. And like I said, those affiliate links, they help us out, you know, us guys who don't make any money off of YouTube, they help us out a little bit, but this seems to be one of the games that doesn't have any of that available. So let's see here. World Organization Online says WOO Part Sun is the token for land packs. Yeah, a lot of this is available on over on Hive Engine. If you search for, like I said, the land packs are not sold out, but the other packs are sold out, but they're available on Hive Engine if you want some. So you can see the WOO Alpha pack here is going for about $2.13. The WOO Part Sun is the land pack, is going for about $11.98, which is interesting because if you buy them from the game, they're $20. And then the actual WOO token is going for 0.00009. I would have to get out my calculator up there. But since it looks like there's been a fair amount of action since the announcement of this collaboration went out, because it's up 110%. We also have the WOO Saturn, WOO Raven, and WOO Rewards packs, which some of those will be giving away today. But like I said, I started playing yesterday, but there's a lot of stuff I'm just still not getting, and it's just not, I'm learning. For instance, like I played a bunch of matches yesterday, and then I brought up a couple of my wrestlers I bought cards and brought them up in level. It's very similar as to Splinterlands. You know, you click into, let's go into my collection. You click into your card and you manage it, and then you would go like, okay, so this is a rare. So I need, you know, 28 more or 27 more copies for a total of 29 to raise it to level 2. And then you click on them all, and then you click on combine. One interesting thing I found this morning, unfortunately, is that your wrestlers can be damaged, and I guess it stands to reason. I mean, so for instance, let me find one of my guys who is damaged. Okay, so I got a Chase Martin. He's one of the guys that I leveled up to level 2, but you can see that I used him and he now has minor injuries. So he will not be fully healed until the 24th, which is a couple more days, right? So that makes it basically, the whole idea is you're going to want to get a big selection of wrestlers so that you can keep like rolling them through. And then they also have this mechanic, and I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but they have this mechanic where it's kind of like the amount of mana you spend on a hand in Splinterlands varies. The amount of cost that you have available for each match is different. So you can't just automatically go in with your best players that cost the most each time. So, I mean, there's a lot that I'm learning and my brain is hurting at this point. So a lot of it's not right up front. You have to get in and learn it. So I am learning. It's a lot of reading material. So I do intend on doing another few videos on this as time goes along. Let's get back to the chat. Alex B says, people went crazy, paid $35 for a voucher. I remember. Yeah, I remember it too. Pilak, welcome, is in the house. 15 million seems kind of small when Aggroed was talking about it. Gotta admit, he's a great salesman. Yeah, I mean, we've all talked about this. You know, it's very apparent that Matt comes from the developer side of the house. Aggie is a salesman / marketing guy, and he did his job great, right? And it seems to me, and Matt has said, this all falls under my opinion. Matt has said that he's got somebody that is helping him run the business, and that's great because I think that I really think they need somebody to run the business as a business and let Matt go back to doing what he does best, and let Aggie go back to doing what he does best. And they've split things up, and I don't know how things stand, but it's clear that a lot of people don't like Aggie, but it's clear that he was great at selling, right? Being a salesman / marketing kind of guy. And Matt seems like he's more comfortable on the development side of the house, but he's being pressed into doing the rest of this. And if you go from development to having to do the rest of this, being out in front, being the face of the business, talking with banks and everybody else, investors, it's just completely different. It's just a completely different. And for those who, I'm IT, I deal with a lot of developers. Their personalities are completely different than the people that like to be salesmen and stand up in front of a boardroom and sell people thousands and millions of packs, right? Completely different. And it stresses a person out. It stresses a person out. And I've seen a lot of developers who have come in to where I work, and they're forced as part of their jobs to get up in front of people and give speeches, or not speeches, but present on their whatever they're working on and everything. And then they just quit because it stresses them out too much. So I guess all in all, I just want to say, without going on the rant too much, they need somebody to run the business who's good at running a business, and then they need let Matt go back to what he wants to be doing on the development side of the house. Let Aggie take care of the salesmanship, and then as the game improves, get somebody that's really good at marketing, which is hard because we're forging new barriers here, right? You can't just get a person that is good at traditional marketing because we're talking Web3 here. This is all, crossing new barriers. So you can see I have very strong opinions on this. Let's go back to chat. International Travel Channel says, totally agreeing with you on the voucher issue. Yeah. Lawrence Blake's in the house. Hello. Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Alex B continues, I got WOO when it started, still have cards, stopped staking it when it stopped. I saw that on the page, and I'm like, oh, I can stake, and then I'm like, oh, it's over. So I'm not, I guess I missed it. So I'm playing catch up here. Alex, let's see. Paul Taylor says, we need to see how the leagues look with a full complement of liquidity bots. I'm of the feeling that we do need liquidity bots, and there needs, like you said, there needs to be a variety of them, and they have to be devised fully scaling from lower end up to higher end. And I think that would help the game out because obviously it would improve the liquidity. I'm of the opinion also that they should be allowed to use ghost cards, so there's a lot more available. to me, it's just like any other game that you're playing, and you're playing against the computer, right? Obviously, the main caveat there is that these liquidity bots do not draw anything out of the system. A lot of people say, well, what's the difference between, the liquidity bots and, somebody else using a bot? Well, that somebody else that has a bot farm is drawing a lot of SPS and glint out of the system, right? Which the glint is turn into other things which could possibly draw more SPS out of the system, right? Whether that's just energy or whether that's titles that are being sold off or what have you. So I agree. I agree with that. Let's see. KGM says, today I will be door dashing for WOO. One more time. Oh yeah, brother. Had to. Not too many times in my daily life can I, use my impression of what's kind of a combination of Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage. Snap into a Slim Jim. So Elliot's in the house. Welcome. Really enjoyed your Golem Overlord update video this week. Any thoughts on guild size reduction in the coming month? Good point and good question, because I had to go straight to Yixen for this. We're going to take a Golem Overlord minute here and go over here, because if you go into guild, you will see this big red exclamation point that lets you know that the guild levels will be being moderated. Okay, and it's not very clear. The statements aren't very clear on how that's going to happen, okay? So basically, this is my take on it. My take is the fact that since he put a new guild size active research in, which allows the guild to go ahead and open up more spots, he had to in turn remoderate the amount of spots that were given away as the bunker level was increased. So in our guild, we are on level 8, which allows us 26 members, right? But that's going to go down on July 1st, okay? We're going to lose 1 max member. And then the way it's going to come down here is on August 1st, the guild's going to have a max level of 20. So that's before any other bonuses you get, okay? That's before the research bonuses under guild size, okay? So what I was worried about was that I would have to kick people out of the guild, because we have, let's look at it, 28? We're lucky enough to have 28 good solid members playing. Now, there's some people at the top, there's some people at the bottom, but everybody's good solid. And like I said, we do have, looks like the Fourth World hasn't played for 12 days. I do have a rule that if you haven't played in 2 weeks, then I can remove you to add somebody that is active. But I don't usually stress out about that unless it goes over like a month or something like that. But the way it's going to shake out is he's not going to make people, if you're in a guild, you're not going to be forced to kick people out, okay, to meet that new level. But, like I said, we're at 28, but we will be at 28, and I will not be able to add any new members until the new level averages out and I get enough research to get above that 28. So that's the way that works out. And those are my thoughts on that. Thanks for asking. Paul Taylor says, we need 10K liquidity bots in both formats. Probably. I mean, I would say I haven't stopped and thought about how many bots we need, but I would say we need several thousand. If we are aiming to have several thousand more people start playing, it'd be better to be prepared for them than not prepared. Because if they get the game in line and they get it smoothed out and the changes they've made start making a positive impact to the game, and we start looking at getting new people, there was also the point that came up that, they get like 100 people that start, make accounts a day, but the conversion rate is very low, So obviously it would be better to be prepared for the influx of people once we get to the point of start the marketing campaign, than to not be prepared for it, So Jason 707 is in the house. He says Chronic in the house. CDIP is also here saying, oh yeah. My Financial Journey says Golem Overlord is the most profitable game on Hive right now. It's the only thing allowing me to keep buying Splinterlands cards. I'm having fun. I'm still not exactly sure. I'm using the 12 hours and I get hit a lot. I've been decreasing the amount of scavenger golems I have. I've had in the past a relatively high amount, but I just get hit a lot. And as you can see, I've got a lot of inventory of rewards, because once again, these rewards are getting pretty pricey. Look at these: 160 shards, 168 shards, 171 shards, and some of them have a good payout as far as what they give you back. I'm mostly looking at these ones that are going to give me the possibility of getting equipment, because I need several other pieces of equipment. I need a helmet. I did a video the other day on my body armor and increasing the quality of that, but I need a helmet, belt, and weapon. Alex B says that stinks. We got benches so we could have more people. That is true, and it's not. I don't agree with the change, but what am I going to do? It's Yixon who makes the game, and that's what he did. I think it looks bad. I think it's a pretty heavy change. I mean, we're not talking just, one seat here and one seat there. We're talking a bunch, So when the dust settles, the max is going to be 20 in a guild, right? So that's before bonuses, though. My Financial Journey says, I do the 8-hour claims. I get hit very little, and I have 1,900 scavenger golems, 400 for fortification. Joffrey Jones says, I just sold 2K shard for $6.50. I have not sold any. I have traded around. I'll probably be doing trading for some WOO. Although one thing to note, and I need to do another video on this, is that WOO uses the Hive-backed dollar. Swap.hive-backed dollar. If you want to buy stuff in WOO, you need to use this token, which I wasn't used to using, but that's what you want to switch things around to if you want to buy some stuff in WOO. So I have more reading to do, especially on the land part in WOO, but it's very interesting. I had to do my first changeover of let's go back to play. You can only be in one area and for so long. I guess the idea is before they get tired of seeing your wrestlers, then you have to move on, and it costs 50 WOO to move to a different area. So there's a lot more to it, and you can own a city and you can build up a city and get a portion of when people hold shows in your city, right? So that's a whole nother part of the game. My Financial Journey says, I'm trying to get all my equipment to have shard steel or percentage shard steel and percentage shard multiplier. Yeah, when we initially started out the guild research, that's what I was looking at, because the shard is, in my estimation, the best thing to get out of the game, right? But we switched over when we heard about how the guild seats were going to decrease. We switched over to and we're going to push through and get as much of the research into guild extra guild people as we can, so that we can still keep taking in new people, because hey, it just makes the guild funner, or makes the whole overall push funner, because all this research is taking a huge amount of coin part in shard. Okay, let's go ahead and give away a WOO pack. And like I said at the top of the show, We're going to give away six, and each giveaway will have 2 WOO Alpha packs, 1 WOO Saturn, and 1 WOO Rewards pack. Okay. So, and what I'm going to say here is I would ask you, if you know in your mind that you're just not going to play WOO, please don't put your name in. Okay. If you're interested in WOO, go ahead and put your name in, and I'm going to enter, go ahead and in chat, put !WOO, WOO, all capital letters, World Wrestling Organization Online. I keep forgetting that. And get your name in the drawing. !WOO to get your name in the drawing. We'll give everybody a few minutes here, and we will start the first drawing. And I will have my handy dandy wheel here because NFO Guides, I'm not sure how well, he's no longer supporting that website, so that randomizer, I don't know if it's working, so we'll use the wheel. I see some new names in the house. Welcome to the show from WOO. So I'm just gonna take a minute and enter everybody. So excuse me while I just concentrate on getting everybody entered, and then we can catch up with chat. I have been having fun playing. I've been getting beat a lot, but there's some things I have questioned about in the game. Let's see here. I've also still been playing Atlas Earth, which is interesting. I'm up to about 50 cents a day on that. It's bringing in. Sorry if I misspell somebody's name. Trying not to. Okay, so we have those names. We'll wait a minute. Once again, if you want to get in on the drawing, please put !WOO, and we'll do a drawing here in a minute. Whenever I pick a winner, please respond in chat with your Hive name so I know who to write it down to send it to. And I will be sending these this afternoon after the show. Welcome to all those new to the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate you dropping by, and I appreciate the WOO team donating the card packs to be given away. So we'll wait another minute. Once again, if you want to get in on the drawing, say !WOO in chat, and we'll get your name in. Once again, this is for a drawing of 2 WOO Alpha packs, 1 WOO Saturn pack, and 1 WOO Rewards pack. Once again, those are available on Hive Engine, but they're all sold out as far as I know at this point. So the Alpha packs will give you 5 cards each with the possibility of a gold belt, which was mentioned that those are insanely rare. And each of the Saturn and Rewards pack, I believe, contain 1 card each. Okay, there we go. I think that's waiting enough time for the first spin. Let's go ahead and spin. Spin that wheel. See who wins. Okay, we have Gauge 1. Gauge 1, please reply in chat with your Hive name. Sorry, brain fart. Elliot says, in honor of WOO, do we have a bronze dragon Ric Flair walk across the screen? No, I was thinking about when I did the video, I was thinking of putting like a split second, Ric Flair WOO in there. So Gauge 1, please. Okay, so your Hive name is Gauge. Okay, first winner. We're going to remove Gauge from the list. Okay, so is there anybody else? Alex B wants to get in on it. I don't believe your name is here, so I'll add it. After I do a return. Okay, once again, anybody else want to get in on the drawings? Please put !WOO. We'll wait one more minute and do a couple more shuffles here. Okay, let's do the second spin. Brandon Dove. Brandon, please let me know your Hive name, and you will receive 4 packs, 2 Alpha, 1 Saturn, and 1 Rewards. Just waiting on Brandon Dove. You are the winner. Thanks, Gauge 1. Says, thanks, Bronze Dragon. Excited to learn the game. Love your work. Yeah, stay tuned. I mean, I intend on... let's be frank. I like games that kind of interest me, and this kind of interests me. There's a lot of things I still have to learn, a lot of reading material, right? So, Super Muffin is in the house. Brandon Dove is Super Muffin. Okay, so that is the second package of cards. We will remove Brandon from there. And let's see, we have a couple other members who want to join. Bitcoin Flood. Aros SL. Killer Dragon 24. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, let's do a couple 2 or 3 more shuffles here and spin for the third set of card packs. And Bitcoin Flood wins. Bitcoin Flood, please provide your Hive name in the chat so I can send you out these packs. Thanks everybody for dropping by. Waiting to see everybody in WOO online this week as I continue to learn, and I've got to figure out how to get my if somebody's here as a player, tell me how to heal my wrestlers faster. Is there an item, something like that? Bitcoin Flood says, okay, so it is Bitcoin Flood is your Hive name. Okay, that's the third of 6. So we have 3 more. We're going to remove Bitcoin Flood, and we're going to do a shuffle here. Anybody else want to get in on the drawing? Put !WOO in the chat. You'll get in on the drawing for 4 WOO packs, assorted WOO packs. Candid Athletic Training's in the house. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so CM says, think it's just time to heal. So I guess the whole idea is to basically have all the wrestlers, buy all the wrestlers, and so that you can interchange them out. One's healing, so you have to use another one. Crypto Beaver's here. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, so Candid. Okay, so I added Candid Athletic Training and Crypto Beaver to the list. Let's do a couple shuffles. And then fourth spin. Where will it stop? Who knows? Sebix. Sebix, please provide your Hive name in the chat so I can send you some WOO packs. When did WOO launch? You know what? That would be a better question for the WOO team. I don't know exactly when it did, but I do know that it came on my radar this week because they're doing a promotion with Splinterlands. That's kind of how it got. Oh, hey, I was beat by Herman German this morning a few times. So I was beat by Sebix. You know what else I would like to know? Okay, so we're going to remove Sebix. If anybody else would, if your name is not on the list and you want to get in on the last two drawings, please go ahead and put your name in the chat for 4 WOO packs. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, since I'm new, I was wondering what limits the amount of matches you can do per day. I have run into the issue where, or not issue, but the game mechanic where you play a certain amount of matches in one city and then you have to move to the next city because they don't want to see your show anymore, I guess. I was still wondering what the mechanic was. These games all have to have some kind of mechanic that limits the amount of playing you can do per day, and I still don't understand that point. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple shuffles, and then we will do a spin. This is for the 5th set of cards. After this, we have one more set. And YTF Denow is in the house and wins. YTF, please put your Hive name in the user chat, so I can send you some cards. And then we'll have one more drawing. And pretty good timing because we're coming towards the bottom of the hour. WOO says, yeah, we are working on releasing gym bags, which can only be purchased with WOO tokens. The bag will have NFT consumables like energy drinks, which will reduce fatigue. The big one will be yoga mats. Nice to hear. Those prevent injuries to NFT. Cool. And Jason707 says the mechanic is exhaustion. More exhausted, the more chances for injury. Okay, so I need to look at that. That's something that I definitely need to look at. Sebix, after some matches in a city, the reward will be decreasing. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I did see that pop up, and that forced me to move to a new city. And then I immediately faced you and lost a couple times. Okay, so YTF Denow says that is their in-game or Hive name. Okay, so this is the last drawing, and I want to say thanks for everybody coming and to stay tuned for my usual coverage. Like I said, if you see videos that you're interested in, please leave some like and subscribe and leave whatever your opinion is on the video, because that helps me judge what people are interested in when they leave comments. So I try to cover a variety of different games, and I try to kind of average it out. Most of my coverage is heavily weighted towards Splinterlands, but I like to try new things out. Bitcoin Flood says, did I hear yoga mat right to recover energy? Okay, so let's do our last spin. Let's do our last spin. And the last winner is Killer Dragon 24. Please verify what your Hive name is here, and you will have won the last one. So we have Gage, Super Muffin, Bitcoin Flood, Herman German, YTF Denow, and Killer Dragon 24 are the winners today. And once again, a big thanks go out to the WOO team. Like I said, I'll be playing as we go. I'll be learning and probably making a few videos here and there on it. And we'll see how that goes. Killer Dragon, please provide your Hive name. And Wrestling Organization Online says that beta packs will be coming soon. And that's that trademarked soon, right? Teams don't want to put dates out just yet. But the alpha packs are still available. Killer Dragon 24, please verify. Okay, so that is your Hive name. Okay, I never want to assume, right? So, because some people have lots different YouTube names than their Hive name. I would like it. Hint, hint, hint. If WOO had a code that us YouTubers could use to give to people, that would get us a little bit of something. With that said, this has been Bronze Dragon, and thanks for stopping by. I mean, this has been exciting. I'm going to jump back. I'll admit, even before the show, I was jumping into WOO and trying to get some matches in and trying to figure things out. So it is exciting. I like the sound effects. I do think that the sound effects might get tiring over time, so it'd be good if they kind of changed up from time to time. But I can understand each wrestler having their own theme song and everything. We'll end up Wrestling Organization Online gets the last comment of the show. We also unlocked an additional 100 Hive for month 1 rewards thanks to your stream. 600 Hive rewards is the current first month's pool. Yeah, and check out my video from yesterday. There's lots of links as far as the current promotion between Splinterlands. WOO's got the Summer of WOO going on, so check that out. This has been Bronze Dragon. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And here we go. Whoa! I can't even do that. Oh yeah, brother! I can do that one better. Have a good one.